Carter back in the building. We got Lubman back there with the San Francisco. Ooh, I love that Seals jersey right there. Looking very, very clean. Looks like he's ready to go to the game tonight against the Cincinnati Reds as the Giants come back home for nice. Spinoni, what's happening, man?
Oh, just fighting through adversity here. Allergies are I think they're killing all of us right now. It's been hot. It's been windy in the Bay. Got that pollen everywhere. And for a guy like me who wears eye contacts, and I'm sure a lot of you listening can do it, it like traps the pollen in there, and your eyes are already itchy as it is. So you have this layer of plastic on there. This is my flu game. This is my Jordan flu game today. I'm going to fight through it.
I'm not going to lie. I popped the Claritin on the freeway.
Oh, no. I had the nasal spray. Trust me. You see the schnoz? It takes a couple of them.
The back and forth, the rain, the hot, the sun. All of a sudden, it's 80 degrees. And you're like, oh, my gosh, what is going on here? Allergy season is real. I didn't really start getting allergies until like the last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, it's hitting bad as of late. When I got older, too, it didn't really hit as much when I was a kid. But then as you get older, just things start to happen, right? Your body gets to break down and says, no, you can't handle pollen anymore.
So I already see a comment here, SF Bay Drummer.
Already?
Already. I love SF Bay Drummer. I already see a comment on YouTube.
Yeah, he likes my Instagram stories. I like him, too.
He's a good kid. He's a good kid. He's my guy. OKC did lose the press conference.
I just saw the video 15 minutes ago and sent it in the chat.
So let's explain to the
tremendous.
people. Let's explain to the people out there what he's talking about. SF Drummer.
So Luka Doncic, postgame yesterday, Mavericks beating the Thunder in Oklahoma City, 119-110. They even up the series, heading back to Dallas. Luka does Luka things yesterday. Obviously, he went for 29, 10, and 7. Pretty good stat line. Played 41 minutes. I thought he was, I always feel like he's hobbled. He kind of has that LeBron James in him, whatever. You think he's hurt, but he's really not. But we'll wait and see there. Big win for them. But after it, he's talking to the media, right? And just sitting there, and they're asking him questions. And then all of a sudden, either someone's phone, laptop, or it was actually happening somewhere. There was some moaning going on by a female. Maybe it was an adult video. Maybe it was happening in Oklahoma. I don't know. Does Oklahoma get down like that in the hallways of the arena? Whatever the arena's called, Bonte, you can help me out with that. Whatever it is in Oklahoma City.
There used to be Chesapeake Bay Arena. I think they switched the name. I think it's the Paycom Center. Without Googling, I think it's the Paycom Center.
Okay, Paycom Center. Well,
I think it's the Paycom Center.
Someone may have been getting paid there to have certain services done, because there was some moaning happening during the press conference, to which Luka Doncic just looked up, shocked, odd, and put his head down.
The Paycom Center, where things goes around. Oh, we could go ahead and play it. Here's Luka.
We were open shots, so just our sharing the ball and our energy was great.
What do you think? Okay, moving on.
Oh my God. That's the best part of waking up, is morning roast in your cup right there. That's what it is on a payday Friday.
Oh,
that's
man.
The feeling right there.
Luka was like, what is going on? Somebody's having some fun out there. Oh man, no, that was comedy. I was watching that. I couldn't believe it. No, I was just like, I was watching it over and over, like, what is going on? Go ahead, Spinoni. You tweeted what?
I tweeted the video, so you can follow me at Spinoni_Joe, just because the context of Luka's face, the realization of him seeing it. Play it one more time for me, because it's just so good.
We were open shots, so just our sharing the ball and our energy was great.
What do you think? Okay, moving on.
No, I don't know if that was their Raymond Ritter. I don't know if that was what the person asked the question. Oh, that was tremendous. I know Anthony Slater's covering this series, R95.7 The Game Warriors insider. I want to know if he was there.
No, I'm going to text him right now.
Please.
See what he says. We can't. If we get him on, we'd have to pay him.
Yeah, no.
We're penny pitcher right now around this company.
This isn't the Paycom
I'll text him. Hopefully we get it. Hopefully we get a break. Maybe that was just wild. As Luka Doncic, he goes for 29 and nearly drops a triple-double. I got to say, in that game, though, outside of the press conference, because that was comedy, that's one of the weirder things I've seen happen in a press conference. One time, Riley Young, our boy Riley Young, Bay Area Sports Rap, when they were doing the Zoom press conferences during the pandemic, Steve Kerr's talking. He's on the Zoom press conference. And Leong leaves his volume up. And it's his nephew playing hoops. And he goes, There you go, right? Yeah, slam dunk, 2 points. And Steve Kerr stops. Is like, something's going on there. But I mean, I don't know that's as strange as a moment I've seen at a press conference.
We've all been there, and specifically if you've been going to college the last decade plus, when you have your own laptops, right? Some things you have to sync it to the projector on the board, so you're doing a presentation, and may or may not. It's happened to me at SF State. Well, not to me personally, but I've seen people in the class where they just forget to turn off certain tabs. We'll say that.
Yeah, let's just
turn off the hub.
That
people,
makes sense.
All
that
right?
makes sense.
The hub needs to go down.
Oh, Certified G, this is just comedy. I can't stop looking at this text. Xfinity Mobile text line. You see Certified G?
The best part of waking up is morning roast in your cup.
No, it's not morning roast. It's moaning roast.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
It's moaning roast in your cup.
That's actually a payday five.
That's a big time
That's a five right
Certified
there.
G. That's how you get yourself
5.
to become the texture of the year here when it comes to the Doobie Awards. Luka Doncic, 29, 10 rebounds, 7 assists. I got to say, this guy, Luka Doncic, would drive me crazy if I was a fan of the Mavericks.
He's so good, though.
He's so good. But he may have lied to the officials on every single possession of that basketball game.
Yeah.
I mean, it literally happened. I seen him every other possession. If it wasn't every possession, it was every other possession. By the way, he's limping around like he tore his Achilles. Like he popped it. Like he's down. The announcer's like, oh, Luka's down. He can't move. Doesn't play any defense on that possession. Dallas gets the rebound. He calls for the ball. And the limp mysteriously goes away.
Oh, of course.
It mysteriously dissipates.
Well, that's called adrenaline, Bonte. It just goes away.
It just goes away.
He's gutsy. That's what he is.
Is that what it is?
He's a fighter. He is a warrior.
Okay.
And he's a maverick.
I know
that's
you're
what they
trolling.
do.
I know you're trolling. And then he walks into a step back three, calmly sinks it.
I mean,
he faked it for this guy's unbelievable with the fake injuries, the constant crying. He would drive me crazy. He would. He would drive me insane.
You would take him in a heartbeat.
He is so damn good.
Yes.
And now we got a series in Oklahoma City. We got a development where Josh Giddy only saw 11 minutes yesterday. 11 minutes. Now, Josh Giddy can't shoot a lick, right? I think he's a really good player. Nearly 12. This year he averaged 12, 6, and 5. Former first-round pick, 6th overall. He got picked right ahead of Jonathan Kuminga. But the three-point percentage is down to 33.5%. And teams were laying off of him. And now you got a development where, what is OKC going to do? Yeah. He didn't start the second half. So we got a series down there between OKC and Dallas. And then, again, when you want to trust the Boston Celtics, Benoni, you can't trust the Celtics because they lose a game too. And they get blown out. By the way, you want to talk about something funny here on the Payday Friday?
Please.
Club Onyx, a strip club in Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
Has been robbed.
I'm loving this Friday already. Keep going.
Has been robbed. It has been robbed. 2 men broke into the strip club in Atlanta by cutting a hole through the roof and stole $250,000 at Club Onyx, the strip club.
What are we doing? That's honest, hardworking money right there. Like, it's in a serious note. Like, come on. Like, what is this? Some sort of heist too? Cutting a hole in the roof?
Mission Impossible action?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. James Bond? What are we doing here?
Dun, dun, dun.
I mean, it's pretty creative. I mean, if you're going to rob anything, rob a bank or rob a strip club.
Who's the guy's name? Ethan Kraft or whatever? That's his name? I don't know what his name. What's his name in Mission Impossible? What's Tom Cruise's character's name? Come on, Sam.
I can give you the theme song. It's about
Yeah.
That's it.
I'm not a big
come
Mission
on.
Impossible guy.
I
Sorry,
think Ethan Kraft is a character from Lizzie McGuire.
There's like, what?
Ethan Hunt.
8 of those movies.
Ethan Hunt is his name.
Ethan Hunt is his name.
Ethan Hunt is his name.
Come on, he wouldn't even do that to the strip club.
I mean,
James Bond would never.
I don't think he would never. And I don't condone this whatsoever. I think it's terrible. But when you think about it, rob a bank or rob a strip club. The options, these burglars are probably going through options. Like, they're trying to get rich, obviously. They're going to get rich or die trying, right? That's basically what these two guys did.
Honest, hard work, living right there. What happened to that in society?
I agree. But
as we're talking about strip clubs and other
these
stuff,
two burglars, whether they were male or female, could have been both. One or the other. I don't know. Their options was, let's rob something. And what are we going to rob without trying to get caught?
Going to a strip club is not unprofessional.
Thank you, Steiny.
They cut a hole through the roof. They got through there.
Yeah, they cut a hole like with a saw. Like, what are we doing
I don't know
here?
what a saw
like, this is Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck,
it's not
Acme,
giving me any
just
details
turning around.
It's not giving me any details. But Grand Theft Auto is rough. I've thought since the pandemic, our society It's become cutthroat. You got to watch yourself.
Yeah.
You got to be careful out here because guys are just bipping cars. They're stealing out of nowhere. Businesses are shut down because they don't want to stay up because people are just breaking through the windows. Remember, what was it, 2 years ago? Dealership in Oakland. Somebody just drove their car through and people were stealing cars right off the lot.
Oh, my God.
I mean, it's wild what's going on out here.
Dude, the NFC Championship 2 years ago, or 2 seasons ago, I should say, when it was the Philadelphia, and it was, no, it was the Rams. It was Rams-Niners at SoFi Stadium. Like, all of Oakland and the East Bay had their power knocked out because a stray bullet hit a Comcast tower. So I couldn't even watch the game. I literally turned the game on, and Jimmy throws a pick or a fumble or whatever to end the game. I was like, oh, cool. Nice NFC Championship. I had to follow along Twitter. It was just, to your point, it's just crazy world out there right now. So everyone just be safe. But you know what? I'm going to feel good today because it's a payday Friday, Bonte.
I do feel
Basketball is booming right now. And for the Golden State Warriors watching this, and I'm curious, were you getting at something there with Josh Giddy potentially being on the trade block?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
I didn't know if that's where you were going there.
But I mean, for OKC, they're probably going to trade Josh. If you can't play in the playoffs
Yeah.
and you become exposed in the playoffs, well, OKC has the assets and the draft capital to make some moves happen.
Correct.
And they can upgrade that position in a heartbeat. Just looking at that team with Jalen Williams, I really like Jalen Williams.
Oh, he's so good.
I really like him.
Like both of them.
SGA. Oh, yeah, both Jalen Williams. One from Arkansas, one from Santa Clara. But, you get SGA, you get Chet. I'm not sure what the fit is for Josh Giddy moving forward with that roster.
Well, and he's so young still, so if I'm another team during this offseason, if it's going to be chaotic as we're going chaos around the country and chaos in NBA basketball, he's 21. Obviously, there was some investigations into his personal life and for allegations regarding activities with a minor.
Right.
Obviously, nothing got followed up with that.
Yeah.
So that is something you'd have to be cognizant of going forward, that image surrounding him. It's going to be kind of a stain on his career going forward. But if you're just talking about on the basketball court, I mean, he's shown so much promise. I mean, we saw him a bunch this year being in the West, Bonte. The skill is undeniable, Josh Giddy. The size, the athleticism, the passing ability, but the lack of fluidity when he is on the court with that offense, it's just night and day when he was on and off the court.
No doubt.
You can see it.
No doubt.
And Shea's the guy there now. Like for a while,
the guy.
you might have thought maybe Giddy was going to be the future, but you just named all those other guys that I'm putting up above him.
I think Jalen Williams is the guy who's catapulted Giddy.
Yes.
And that was the unexpected one.
Yeah.
Jalen Williams from Santa Clara is just a stud. He's barking at the crowd. He's a dog. He really is. I know Jerry West said, I don't want dogs. I'm a wolf. But you know what? Dog is the thing right now.
He's a pup right now. He's a young wolf pup.
He's a young, but he's a good player. And I think he's catapulted Josh Giddy. So that's an interesting development. Boston. Do you trust Boston? This is why if OG Anunoby becomes healthy, and let's see if the Knicks can survive the Indiana Pacers because OG Anunoby's out with a hamstring strain.
Those are tricky. Hamstrings
tricky.
Always, especially in NFL and NBA. Those ones are hard.
It's tricky. So Boston, I just can't trust them.
I know. I feel like I'm the only one that's higher on them than most because I get it. Trust me. I get that they have, spit up all over themselves like Baby Nora has a multitude of times over the past couple seasons. But God, the talent, I'm just looking at it, and they could win game 3, and then we'll all be like, all right, they're back. They should still win this series, and it's tied. I just feel like depth-wise and talent-wise, they should easily be in the NBA Finals. And maybe they're just going to make me look foolish again because I get it. Jaylen Brown, we were talking about it before we were on air, Bonte. He still can't dribble and he's making $60 million.
No, he can't.
But if they flame out, to your point, if they don't make the finals...
One of those two will be available.
And is that someone that the Warriors should be interested in?
Warrior fans interested in Jaylen...
Well,
I know some. I was talking to some people.
Beggars can't be choosers. I'm hearing a lot of begging about certain players from Warriors fans.
I was having a conversation with some Warriors officials last year at Media Day, and it was just like they were discussing Andrew Wiggins. Like, boy, we got Andrew Wiggins at $109 million. They got Jaylen Brown at $300 million, and we much rather take Andrew Wiggins. Now, the way the season played out, it didn't play out in Andrew Wiggins' favor. I get that. But I understand what people were saying about Jaylen Brown for $60 million a year. That's just, you can't dribble.
We were having that conversation, you guys specifically, all the shows at the summit. Remember, right? The preseason summit we had.
The first ever summit.
Well, the first ever, but you guys also had the conversation after that, I believe, I want to say, where was that? Fieldwork Brewing Co. in San Leandro. Excuse me, I want to get that correct. Because you, Willard, and stuff were going back and forth about, Wiggins, Jaylen Brown, all that sort of stuff. And then after this season, I mean, you'd take Jaylen Brown, but for that money, to your point, it's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, if he's a number 2, is he a number 3?
Yeah, I'm not feeling Jaylen. I like Jaylen. I like Jaylen the person. I want to like him. I want to love him as a basketball player. Not for $60 million.
Because you look at him though, like he's 6'6", he's got the defense, he's got size, he's got strength, he can hit the 3. He gives you a lot of what the Warriors need right now, but for that price point, I just don't know if getting a guy like him and sacrificing the rest of your depth and other players is going to catapult you. Now, if the thought process is, though, this is the guy we're building around after Steph, because he is 27. So, like, that is...
Jaylen Brown's already 27?
Yes.
Gosh, he left after his freshman year at Cal.
I know he's been around.
Has he been there for 9 years already in Boston?
He's going to be 8 years? He's going to be 28 in October.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he's been around since 2016, man. That's crazy.
So I remember covering him at Cal. I would go to those press conferences. Logan Murdoch and I would go to those press conferences when Quanzo Martin was a coach at Cal Berkeley, and he was one and done. Jaylen Brown was one and done. Damn, he's been in the league that long.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's pretty crazy, right?
Yeah, if there's a guy to have in Boston, it's the obvious one.
Well, Jason Tatum.
Give me Tatum.
Is he coming to the Warriors?
No, he's not. I have no idea.
You know his favorite player is
Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, the Laker rumors are always.
Always. But and then imagine Celtics fans if that ever happened. But to your point, if they flame out here against the Cavaliers or the Knicks, or if the Pacers make a miraculous comeback, like there's going to be conversations about all those guys top to bottom because that's what 4, 5, 6 years now. Going back to Brad Stevens when he was the head coach, not being able to get over that hump.
So sources have texted me back.
Oh. And Brad Stevens still the president of basketball operations over there, right?
Yes. So the whole Moaning gate with Luka Doncic.
The Moaning gate, is that what we're calling it?
Sources have told me that it was a player of the Dallas Mavericks kind of messing around, blasting, pouring on his phone, kind of distracted Luka. True story. That's the insight I'm getting right now. That's the information I'm getting. So whatever. Who doesn't like a little porn? Right?
Who doesn't love
I'm
Good
kidding.
morning, everyone.
I'm kidding. I don't watch porn. I'm sorry.
Don't talk about that.
No.